Hello friends and greetings for the day. Welcome back to another tutorial on ISTQB Advanced Level Test Analyst Certification. We are in Chapter 1 talking about the Test Analyst task in the test process. And moving on to the next segment, that is 1.3, tasks related to work product. And here we have a lot of topics, but today we shall be talking about 1.3.1, understanding the high-level test cases and low-level test cases, where we'll elaborate what's the key difference between high-level and low-level test cases and when that should be most recommended. When it comes to the test cases, of course, sometimes we do write one-liners and sometimes we do create a proper tabular test cases. And that's where most of the time we think that when it is the right time to do high-level test case creation, or at what points do we create a detailed concrete test cases. So here high level means a one-liner and low level means the detailed tabulated test cases, which includes columns like objective, prerequisite, the test data, steps, including the expected, and after execution, of course, you write actual results and result. So when you certainly do this, you call it as concrete test cases or low-level test cases. Now the question is, how should a test analyst make decision where high level is more important or where low level is more important? And what could be the possible action items to be taken into account when doing so things, right? So first we'll understand quickly as a part of the syllabus that what's the difference between high level and low level and how it is applicable in the real world of testing. So of course, to start with, of course, we are talking about the high level test cases. A high level test case, which is also called as abstract test case or logical test case, will describe the circumstances in which the test object is examined by including which test conditions are covered by the test case. Here, the high-level test case are therefore suitable for ensuring the test cover all relevant test conditions, where high-level test cases do not contain any kind of concrete information or precondition input data, expected output, or post conditions, and these are all expressed at an abstract level. And here we do have a simple example, like order more than one book with the order price resulting in a discount, expected result, discount is assigned. Now, I think that makes it very clear for us to understand that there are certain subjects or test objects which do not need a very detailed test case. For example, if you're testing a pen, you don't really have to say that, you need to write the steps like step 1, take the pen, look at the pen, write it on the paper, open your eyes, check the color. Now, you don't do that, right? So you write one-liners. For example, check the length of the pen, check the color of the ink, check the comfort of the ink, comfort of the pen, and there are many more things. So one line could be enough. You don't basically define the data or specifications of each test. Moreover, we would also say that when you have freedom to try out multiple scenarios or covering different things in single test execution, you also prefer doing high-level test case writing. The reason is you would have freedom to choose the all sort of data and steps, but the goal will be very clearly defined that you have to order more than one book and see if the discount has been applied. And that's all what the high-level test cases basically take care of. On the other hand, if you talk about the low-level test cases, they are certainly concrete or called as a physical test case also, and is the detailed refinement of the high-level test case, where low-level test case describe what data needs to be prepared, what action the tester must do, and what the concrete expected result is. Also, low-level test cases contain specific precondition, input data, expected result, and post conditions, which can be an example in the same line, like order books B1, which is $10, B2, $20, and total order price should be $30. Expected result is 10% discount assigned, and total price should be $27. So it's just that everything would be very, very hard coded and it would be well defined in a very detailed way, and the team can just follow the steps to get exactly what they need to do. So here the tester may not have the freedom to manipulate the data or manipulate the steps in order to try different things. So I can say that when you are having more different types of defect to be found, or looking forward to different defects, or when you're doing informal testing like checklist based testing, experience based testing, error guessing, then you may prefer high level test cases so the tester can utilize their experience and draft different test cases. But if you're talking about the low level test cases, it is more about formal testing, and here we need documented evidence of what the tester did during the execution. Sometimes you can even say that the reproducibility is very important. So say for example, if you're following standards, they would like to know how exactly the test was conducted, and we need the evidence for that. So if you want to rerun a test again and again, you prefer low level test cases. Like for example, if you want to shortlist a test for regression, then the concrete test cases would be more preferred than that of the high level. Also, another point could be like if your test team is very much experienced, high level test cases are okay. You don't need to put a lot of effort. But if your team is not experienced, that means you have a batch of young people working on your test team, then the detailed test cases are only the savior. So there could be many such reasons. For example, if you're looking forward to do only manual testing, then you don't need concrete test cases. But you're looking forward to automate them down the line, we need concrete test cases or low level test cases. The reason is automation does not happen high level. It needs every single step what a user would perform in order to do that. So low level test cases could be of great help when transitioning manual tests into automation. So XYZ, there are 100 reasons to let you know that how exactly a test analyst can make decisions on when to choose high level, when to choose low level. But of course, we'd use a blend, which is hybrid of both. We just don't prefer low level everywhere, and we don't blindly go for high level just to save our time. We consider a lot of constraints, including people, skills, type of object, criticality, risk, environment, automation, the type of team you have, standard and regulations to make a decision whether to go with high level or low level. Also, to add here, of course, the other things what I should be taking into concern is a TA, that is test analyst, initially can design high level tests, which are the foundation for developing low level test cases. On high level test case, one high level test case can be implemented into one or more low level test cases. Sometimes the test case may remain high level with the concrete information determined by the TA during the test execution. So this example is particularly to let you know it's not necessary that during test analysis, when you're writing the test condition and then you are transforming that into test cases during test design, it's not necessary that all the test cases would be written detailed right in the first phase itself. Initially, you may draft high level test cases and later transform them into concrete as and where expected. So it can be a two-step process, or it can be just that you may decide which one to concrete, which one not to. Okay? Because sometimes you just leave them high level. The reason is you might be using them for exploratory sessions. So the tester will have freedom to decide what data to use, what preconditions to use, and how exactly to see different scenarios with the same high level test. So that is where it says that the concrete information will be determined by the TA during the test execution. For instance, high level test cases can guide a TA when creating test objectives within a test charter or session based testing, allowing test analysts to elaborate on these objectives during the test execution. Whereas when we're talking about the transition from the high level to low level test cases, it is more than just filling in concrete values. It is also a step from conceptual to technical. So it is often deferred from test design to test implementation, especially if specific test data is needed, then we do that. Here, the test analyst must ensure that everything necessary to execute the low level test cases is well known. Finally, in practice, many test cases are hybrid, being concrete in some aspects while abstract in other. Now, this is often due to the trade-off between maintainability and comprehensibility of the test cases. So that's certainly reminding you once again that there could be a lot of constraints and conditions to be taken into account to decide why should we go for high level or when should we go for low level. So it's not that there is a blind decision that we must have this percentage of high level or this percentage of low level. It's completely based on several factors which we discussed earlier to let you know that what exactly it makes to decide. So similarly, in the examinations, they will give you some of these scenarios, and then probably ask you which type of test case would be more recommended at this point of time. So remember all the factors, and that would help you to complete to the right answer. So that's all from this particular tutorial, team. Should you have anything else, feel free to comment below. I'm always there to address your queries and answer them well. Till then, keep learning, keep exploring, keep understanding the context. Thanks for watching the video, team, and happy learning.